Hi guys, it's Miss Jones. Today we are going to learn about another text structure. Remember, we've already learned about cause and effect and we've learned about compare and contrast. So today we are going to be talking about description and how we are descriptive when we're reading a text. So think about what are some of our signal words for description and what kind of map do we use? We think about it for a few minutes. Let's see. Signal words. Our signal words are, for example, for instance, characteristics. Characteristics include, specifically, and in addition. There might be more, but these are the ones we're going to focus on. So we have, for example, for instance, characteristics include, specifically, in addition. Those are the signal words that we're going to look for in the text today. And with those signal words, we also have a map that we use that looks like this. Who's seen this map before knows kind of like what I'm drawing. If you guessed that it was a bubble map, you would be correct. Yay! We use a bubble map when we are describing things. So let's say I'm going to describe a banana. Let's make this smaller. So banana, right? I'm going to describe a banana. What are some characteristics of a banana? Well, what color is a banana? It's yellow, right? We know a banana is yellow. How else could we describe a banana? It's a fruit. A fruit, we know it's a fruit. We know it's mushy on the inside. The inside's mushy. We know it has a peel because you have to peel around the banana. Peels. What are some other things about a banana that we can, how would you describe a banana? It's mushy, it's yellow, it's a fruit. You have to peel it. Sometimes it's brown, like it has brown stripes when it's good and ripe. It could be sometimes be a greenish color, yellow and greenish. So that's how we would use our circle map, or not circle map, sorry, our bubble map to describe a banana. Okay, so now let's look at some little passages and we'll talk about the descriptions that are used. So let me go ahead. Erase all this. All right. So our first one, hold on. Sorry, technical difficulties. There we go. So our first one is going to be coconuts. Okay. So we have coconuts. So let's read it. And then we will underline where we see descriptive words or how we describe the coconut. So let's see. A coconut is a tropical fruit. It comes from Asia originally, but it grows in Puerto Rico, Hawaii, Central America, and South America. A coconut grows on a coconut palm, which looks like a palm, but actually is taller and has more leaves. The coconut appears to be shades of brown and has a hairy shell. On the inside, there is a watery liquid called coconut milk. After you break through the shell, you find what is called the coconut meat. Both the meat and the milk are white. Dried coconut meat is called copra. The coconut is a very interesting fruit. Describe coconuts to us, right? It's a tropical fruit, comes from Asia. It has shades of brown and it has a hairy shell. The inside is a watery liquid. The meat and the milk are white. It's very interesting. You know, it has a coconut palm, which is taller and has more leaves. You know, so that just described coconut to us. So now we can fill out a bubble map of all the things about coconuts. So let's do that. So let's go over to our map. All right. So our subject is coconut. So what were some of the things it said? It's brown. It has a hairy shell. I'm recording. What else? It grows on a coconut palm. It has, what else did it say? Let's go back. Oops, sorry. Let's go back over. Has a hairy shell, we said that. Coconut milk, it has coconut milk, right? So coconut milk. Yeah, so you see, I'm not going to fill it all in, but you could fill it all in and learn and fill in all the different things that how it described coconuts to us. All right, so let's go back over and do another one. So this one is humpback whales. The humpback whale is huge. She's longer than a school bus and weighs 35 tons, but she preys on some of the smallest inhabitants of the sea world, tiny shrimp-like creatures that aren't much bigger than a piece of popcorn called krill. To feed, she opens her mouth wide, taking in hundreds of gallons of water in a single gulp. A humpback whale has no teeth. Instead, attached to its upper jaw has rows of long, thin, fingernail-like material called baleen. Each piece of baleen is about 3 feet long and has bristles at its end that act like a strainer. When the whale takes in a mouthful of water, it forces the water out through the baleen with its tongue, trapping thousands of tiny krill inside its mouth. Humpback whales can eat a lot of krill, up to 4,400 pounds per meal. So we have, it's huge. She's longer than a school bus and weighs 35 pounds. To feed, so when she eats, she opens her mouth wide. She has no teeth. She has long, thin, fingernail-like material called baleen. It's about, the baleen is 3 feet long. Yeah, so it can eat a lot of krill. So it described a humpback whale and how it eats to us. So those would be our descriptive sections. All right, let's do one more together. Wood thrush food. In spring and summer, wood thrushes often hunt for insects on the forest floor. They will hop along dead logs and poke their beaks into the leaf litter to find their food. Unfortunately, many people clean up the dead leaves from their yards. The wood thrush has trouble finding food when this happens, but you can help the wood thrush. Put aside a small section of your yard for leaves, dead logs, and rocks. This way, the wood thrush will have a piece to search for food. So they hop along dead logs, pokes their beak in the leaf litter. We can help them by putting aside a small section of yard for leaves. You know, they hunt for insects on the forest floor. So this one didn't have a lot, but it did have some that show us, describe how the wood thrush searches for food. All right, guys. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go to your worksheet. You're going to read this passage and then fill in the circle map like we did. Put in, you know, we're talking about, I think, Mars. So we're talking about Mars. So use the circles around it to describe Mars to me. Then you're going to do it again here. Read this one about, I think, clouds. Then you're going to tell me about the different types of clouds. All right, so you guys got this. And yeah, so if you have any questions or need any help, just let me know. All right, bye guys.